Welcome, family. This is the Velvet Locks with another video for you today. Now, since my last video, I tell you, you guys have really came out. You really came out in full force with your love, with your support, with even stories to share regarding your own experience dealing with a narcissist. And it's really sad to hear some of these stories because I know exactly what you went through or are going through, and it's not easy. It's not easy when you put your heart into somebody, your trust into somebody, and all you get back is blaming. One of my subscribers wrote me a letter, and pretty much it's the same thing. Meeting somebody, falling in love with somebody, opening your home and your family to somebody, only to then find out you made the biggest mistake in the world. Now, I know in the beginning, the earlier part of my relationship with this person, I realized a very bad, low self-esteem. I realized this person had none at all. Very jealous of everybody, of everything, of constantly, degrading people. I mean, he always had negative things to talk about, to mention about people, even in the streets, as we were walking, driving, no matter what, even of his own family and children. Which is one of the reasons why his children and me never really met or got along with each other, because he always seemed to put a division in between both of us, both sides. He liked to play both sides against the fence. He would say one thing to one set of family and then another thing to another set of family, and then have both sides feeling a certain type of way towards each other. Then, out of nowhere, because there's an event happening, could be anything, all of a sudden now wants to mend the family together, but all this time you played one side against the next. It was always confusion and craziness. He never had anything nice to say about his family. Never had anything nice to say about any of his kids. Never had anything nice to say about any of his ex-children's mothers. It was always the woman's fault. The first thing they want to do is blame. They want to shift the blame on, how rotten this person was, how bad they were in the relationship, and what you had to do to get out of it. When in fact, it was all a lie. Okay? It was all a lie, playing on your emotions, playing on your feelings, everything. So I went on to believing all the lies that this person was telling me. I remember when we first started, one of his children, his oldest daughter, reached out to me on a text, a DM on Facebook. And she really pretty much put it out about his character. Now, at the time, I'm thinking to myself, well, I've heard so many negative things about this person, according to him. But anyways, his oldest reached out to me and told me exactly the type of person he was. At that time, I didn't believe her. I wanted to believe him because, a lot of times when you get into these new relationships, there's always an opposition somewhere, hoping or trying to destroy something. So you don't know whether or not to believe the person or to trust the person, because I'm just coming into this not knowing anybody. So I told him about what was said. Of course he denied it. Of course he acted like all was, they're just looking for money. They're only trying to use him. But I believed him. I don't know why, but I believed him because, you're trying to trust that person. But then another one popped up. An ex-wife. So this person popped out and told me so many different things about him. A lot of times, you guys, please take note. Not everybody is jealous of you in your relationship. A lot of times women will hear certain things. They will be in your situation not knowing nothing. Okay? And then finding out that the person that played games with them is now in a new relationship and you're the new relationship. So now they're trying to warn you of who this person is. This is what I got in the beginning of our relationship. Warnings. Not all times people are warning you are out to try to ruin you. They really could legitimately be warning you. And that was red flag number one. I had two people back to back warning me in the beginning of this relationship. But I didn't listen. I didn't go along with what they were saying. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. So the warnings were coming, but I didn't see the warnings as warnings. Another red flag was he was constantly putting down all his ex-relationships. Always putting down the women, always making them seem like they were the ones at fault. They were the ones that ended the relationship. It was always their infidelities and everything under the sun. But he never told on himself and what he did that caused anything. And what I found out later on was basically he was the cause of everything. I truly believe that these women were completely going through the same thing, and then he played the same games on them. So watch out when you're meeting somebody and you get these warnings. You get people calling you out of the blue, DMing you on Facebook or wherever to try to get to talk to you and to warn you on what kind of person this is. Sometimes it's good to listen and talk. Not everybody is out to get you in your relationship. They could be trying to open your eyes to what this person really is about because they've been through it. And that's something that I didn't look at and really take heed to or even pray about at the time. Another red flag was always accusing me of talking to other guys or allowing men to talk to me. One thing you got to realize, fellas and ladies, is with narcissists, they are extremely jealous people. They have very low self-esteem. This one had none at all. And I don't mean low, I mean none. Zero, zilch, dip, zip. Nothing. Everything that I liked, he liked. Anything I didn't like, he didn't like. He mirrored everything about me. And it seemed as though he was trying to be like me. To the point of even my own expressions, he started doing. And I would look at him and I'd be like, what? You know, I started noticing he was mirroring me. I have this thing, you know, me and my daughter, when we see something, we say, oh, that's cutesy. Oh, that's cutesy. To the point where I heard him describing clothes when we go shopping as, oh, that's cutesy. To the point where this lady looked over at him and walked away. So I'm like, dude, that ain't cool. Dudes don't say cutesy. Don't let me hear you say that no more. Dudes don't say cutesy. But it was constant trying to do or be like me. Another red flag for you to also look out for, ladies and gentlemen, is when they compete with you. When you kind of hear this competition thing going on. When you see this tit for tat, always trying to one-up you. Always trying to have something better than you. Always trying to, be better than you. It wasn't until I started noticing a competition. Either he was trying to get my kids to not like me by loving on them, love bombing them so much to the point where, oh, everything was all about him. That's the first thing you got to watch out for. Any person that comes in your home and want to put a wedge in between you and your family, causing them to want to be more with that person and not with you, that's a red flag right there. All right? Trying to cause interference and disarray. Trying to cause separation in your family life. That's what he tried to do the second he got comfortable. And the second he got comfortable, that's when the real him started coming out. Now, one thing, ladies and gentlemen, you got to realize with narcissists, they wear multiple masks. Okay? They put on a mask for anything. And when they're trying to be on their best behavior, that's their mask. They're trying to get you to feel comfortable. They're trying to make you think that they're this wonderful person, that they're all that in a bag of chips. But all of that is fake. It's all fake. It's an illusion. It's a mirage. They're only trying to get you to believe something that is not there, that is not real, that is really not who they are. They don't have feelings to really show love. All of that loving and love bombing and wooing you, I fell for it and I really thought it was genuine. But the mental part that comes with that is when you realize it's all fake. As realistic as it felt, it's all fake. They don't really love you. It took me a long time to realize that. It took me a long time to really fathom that this is fake. Okay? That a person could actually talk about marriage, want marriage, even want children. Listen, let me tell y'all something. One thing I realized with dealing with this person was he wanted to try to impregnate his victims as a way to hold them down, to have control in their life of some sort. Okay? So him trying to rush me in the beginning, love bomb me, you know, talk about marriage all in the early stages of dating, talk about, oh, you're the most beautiful person, da da da, all of the lovely stuff, okay, to get into your heart. But all of that is their little tricks and snares of trying to get into your heart, trying to get into your life, because they see something about you that they want. They want to be like, they want to have, they're jealous of, they want to destroy you. They want to destroy you. It took me a while to realize that. The coming into the family life, the playing the kids, the loving all over the family, showering them with all sorts of gifts, knowing the kind of gifts they like and blessing them with those types of gifts, trying to step in, trying to show that, you know, he's there and all of that. You know, we fell for it. But, you know, the weirdest thing is my children saw through it. My children stated how they felt and how uncomfortable they felt, especially my oldest. And she saw right through him. She discerned right through him. And it got to the point where it really caused issues in our home. It really did. In the meantime, he's painting this perfect picture and everything to his family while he's over here wrecking our family. They don't tell on themselves with their people. They just want their people to think that you're this rotten person. This person that is out of control. This person that is so mean-spirited. But really, in reality, it's them. It's them. They do a lot of mind manipulation. They do a lot of bullying. And he was taught. He was taught. This wasn't something that came out of him. This was something that was put on him by his family. Okay? Growing up as a little boy, being dysfunctional, having behavioral problems in school, learning disabilities, whatever the case is. This is where it all came from. On top of some other little things. But I ain't going to get into that today. But a narcissist is sometimes raised by a narcissist. And that's what I realized afterwards. He was mimicking the same person that caused this. That caused him to be this way. Okay? He was mimicking and mirroring the behaviors, the dysfunctions from that person in his family. And thought that that was how a man is supposed to behave. At the same time, he's wrecking lives. He's lying. He's stealing. I mean, this man has stole some stuff, y'all. Stole some stuff. And it's really sad. A grown man stealing out of the house that he's living in. It's really sad. Narcissists don't have feelings. They don't care. It's all about themselves. It's all about what they can get. It's all about how they can get their hands on your possessions. I remember when he used to come by and he had all this money. And I know for a fact he was stealing it. He was stealing it. He was stealing it. And he was stealing it from his own family. He was using the innocent minds of his elderly parents and taking their money. Because they kept a lot of money in the house. I mean, when I met this person, he had nothing. 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 Lived at home with his mama and father at 50 years old. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. And was using his father's credit like crazy. Just ran through the credit, tore up the credit. Psh. With no thought and care in the world. So you really can't trust them. Because if they can do this to their own family, flesh and blood, who are you? And that's exactly what he tried to do in my household. Which he succeeded with certain things. The manipulations, the lying, the fabrications of stories. Now, one of the things that I realized was the major problem that I thought of at the time was the constant arguing over this thing. Okay? It could be that thing. And that little thing turned into something as big as a doggone tsunami. It didn't matter where we were. It didn't matter whether in private or public. A narcissist always looks for attention. And it doesn't matter if it's bad attention, good attention. They want attention. They want people to see. If they're angry, they want to show that they're angry. They put a show on in the streets. This man used to always constantly act out in public. Okay? Didn't care of the fact that that's not who I am. I'm not about that public embarrassment. Okay? Especially being a public figure now. This is not who I am. But they don't care. They don't care. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your hurt. They don't care who's watching. It's all about their anger, their madness, and they're pissed off. So, boom. And with this narcissist, it was a never-ending thing because it was a constant cycle of constantly talking about the same thing. Constantly beating you in the head with the same crap. To the point where you get weak in your spirit. Weak in your spirit. You're stressed out. You're weak. You're tired. You're frustrated. And you're dealing with somebody who is constantly attacking you verbally over dumb stuff. Dumb stuff. Another thing with narcissists, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta put the fan on, sorry. One thing with narcissists that you should really also understand is they like to feel as though they know what they're doing. And a lot of times they don't know a damn thing about what they're doing. They don't even know where they're going. They don't have a doggone direction, a future. They don't have no focus. They want to be leaders but can't lead. They want to be leaders but can't lead. They lead you right into financial debt because that's the only leadership they have. Okay? Leading you into financial debt. They will suck the life out of you like a vampire. They will suck you dry financially. They will use your personal information for their own benefit, such as credit cards, running up your credit. Always credit with this person. Everything was credit. I helped this man so much get his credit back good. Now mine's is jacked up, but I helped him get his good. And only for him to then turn around and blow it all off again on the next woman. Okay? Now all this time I was with this person, Never once have I had the thought to think that he was cheating, although I knew that was something he would take to his grave, because he already knew. Don't come to me with that. But it wasn't until after we broke up and after I moved on that even though I moved on, he was still hovering me. He was still calling me, harassing me a million times. And I'm telling you, you guys, when you're leaving a narcissist that is not willing for you to leave for whatever selfish reasons, because it's not about love. It's not because that they love you that they don't want you to go. It's because they're losing their supply. Whatever it was that you did for them, whether it was put a roof over their head, you know, they had a good home life or whatever the case is, he wasn't willing to get rid of that because I was the main chick. So hearing and seeing that I wasn't about that life with him anymore, constant calls, constant texts, constant coming through around the house, constant everything, to the point where it's stressful. It's stalking. Okay? You can't turn around without them being there. Stalking. I mean, they like to try to do everything in their power to break you down so you give them another chance. That's the cycle of dysfunction. And that's the hamster wheel that I was on with him. A cycle of dysfunction, and it would always go around in the same way. Always. Our relationship didn't have much happy times more than bad times, because we would have maybe 2 weeks of good times and the rest of the month was hell. And this was a constant thing. As much and as positive as I am, and I'm coming forth to you guys every day, just about, it was a struggle. It got to the point, now you guys know, I teach you how to lose weight. I teach you guys how to lower your cholesterol and the blood pressure, get rid of diabetes and all of that. Well, do you know, your girl who was in excellent health, after dealing with that man, my pressure went up. I was having blood pressure issues. Yes. Yes. These people will cause your health to get so bad to the point where you could either get stressed out, stroked out, heart attack. You can die dealing with these people. And I'm not saying that to say it lightly. It's straight up serious. You can die dealing with these people. Not even just physically, but you can mentally die. You can go into such deep depressions dealing with these people, with all the trickery and the mental manipulations that they do, trying to erase your reality and place their fakeness into you, making you believe that this is the truth. They are master deceivers, master manipulators, con artists, criminal-minded. Criminal-minded. Listen, y'all. This person, at one point, I realized after him going to therapy, he wasn't doing better. He was getting worse. And during that time when he was going to therapy, we was really having some serious relationship problems. And I had put him out the house. Okay? And he ran back to his parents' house, which is where he usually goes to. But not only was he at his parents' house, but he was also with other women. Now, at that time, I didn't know about that. Because although he never made me feel that way, and that's the thing, that's the trickery, y'all. That's the manipulation and the smokescreen. Because they got you so wound up thinking one thing. You're not thinking that they're even capable of doing these things to you. But they do. It is inevitable. They don't know how to be faithful. Because they're always moving from one chick to or one person to the next person to the next person to the next person. It's a supply source. It's like body snatchers. It's like vampires. They gotta suck blood. They gotta get their next feed. The same as a narcissist. They're constantly looking for victims to manipulate, to trick, to rob, to steal. This man was trying to impregnate 2 other women while he was trying to be with me. He was telling them the same crap. I love you. You're my woman. You're my wife. You're my this. You're my world. You're my girl. Was even preying on a 23-year-old young lady, the same age as his youngest daughter. And he used her badly. 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 She was his financial supply. Constantly bailing him out of financial problems. Constantly taking him to hotels so that he can have a place to lay his head. Okay, used her in the process because, yeah, let's go to the hotel. But knowing damn well he wanted to place his head in a bed to sleep because he didn't want to go back to his mom and daddy's house. So this was a gigolo. This was a whore man, a male whore. I mean, reckless behaviors, you guys. Reckless behavior. They can't be faithful. They're not faithful. For those of you who have shared your stories with me, you've confirmed that as well. They don't know how to be faithful. They're never faithful. As much as they make you feel like they're not capable of cheating on you, they're cheating on you. Their self-esteem is so low. They have to feel good. They want people that's going to pat them on the back, stroke their egos, make them feel good. But they are not only man whores, but they're child-minded. Child-minded. Nothing adult-minded in there at all. At all. Always acting like a kid. Always thinking like a kid. You know, playing games, playing trick games, doing stupid things. And when you call them out on it, oh, you just want to, you're talking to me like a child, like one of your kids. Well, you're acting like one of them. But I don't want this to be a bash. I want this to be an awareness. Sharing with you my story. Certain characteristics that I saw, that I dealt with this person. Another one, when they constantly blaming you for talking to other people, cheating with other people, just know that's because that's what they're doing. Blame shifting. Wanting you to think that you are the cause of the problems in the relationship when they're out there sneaking and tricking around with females or men. Okay? They like to smokescreen you and thinking that, oh, they're this perfect being and you're this jacked up person. No. That's the breaking down of your spirit. They're constantly trying to break you down. Break your will. Break your power. Break your self-esteem. Because if you're a sound-minded person, it's harder to break your self-esteem. But a narcissist, they're so weak. They're so broken. They're so messed up in the head that all they want to do is cause you the same kind of pain that they're living in their reality. They have so much stored up guilt from the things that they've done to so many people in the past that they're constantly running from their past, from their own demons. This is why they're angry. This is why they're frustrated. This is why they cannot think of anybody in a good light. They're looking at everybody in a negative manner because they're hateful. Although they're smiling and wooing you, they're also talking bad about you. They're also stabbing you in the back. They're also looking at other females or men. They're picking other people up. And this is what they're telling those people because they're looking for new supply. They're looking for new people that's going to come in and feed their ego, feed whatever it is that they're in need of. While I was doing research, I was checking out some videos. And one person made a mention as far as, you're only temporary. And it's so true. They lose interest so fast in anything. Even relationships. This is why they bounce from one to the next, to the next, to the next. Because once you start seeing their reality, once you start seeing them for who they are, and that their mask is starting to slip off their face, their reality is exposing. Once they start exposing their reality to you, you're being aware of who they are. You're starting to get alert signals. And you're starting to question things. They don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like to be found out. Although they don't know what's going on in their own selves, they don't like for you to see that there's something wrong. So they start trying to replace you. And that's what they do when they're seeking out other supply. Now, what this person didn't realize was, I didn't have to do anything besides live my life and pray. And pray. And one of my prayer is for the Lord to expose the hidden things, especially if I'm praying for that person. And my, so many hidden things popped out. It was scary. I was getting this burdening feeling just recently, and I couldn't understand why this person was so heavy on my mind. And it wasn't until the point where I was like, what the heck is going on? Something is going on spiritually. I don't understand, but I'm feeling it. And it wasn't until the next day I woke up with it even heavier on my spirit, to the point where I was like, oh, no. I got to run and I got to go and pray. Because something is going on big time. Well, after praying, I got phone calls. I got a DM from a woman that he was messing with, that he messed over. This was the 23-year-old young lady. And she was the one that wanted to talk. So I said, sure, no problem. And after hearing the things that she told me, which I know was the truth, because different events and things she knew about, I was like, wow. Then she told me about another one that was pregnant currently, that he had engaged to and was trying to marry, and the whole nine. Mind you, we had only broken up during the summertime, not even 6 months ago at that time. So already you're in a full-blown relationship. They move fast, y'all. Narcissist moves fast. Okay? They move fast. And it's sad that once they bounce off of you, they don't even give them time to recuperate. So they still got all this built up hurt, animosity, frustrations, everything. And now they're in a new relationship. Well, it wasn't until I spoke to that one that I got all of the scoops. And between the two of them, they pretty much confirmed everything. They were the missing pieces to the last part of what I kept hearing about a narcissist, that they do cheat. And yes, he was living a lie with all of us. All of us. And it's sad. It's really sad that people go around doing these things to people and think that they can get away with it, and think that karma does not know the address. Karma knows exactly where he goes, where no matter what it is. So ladies and gentlemen, just know that when you are dealing with somebody like this and they cause you so much emotional, mental, financial harm, craziness, just know their karma is coming. It's inevitable. It's a law on this earth. What you reap is what you sow. Okay? And I've seen his karma come into light, starting to be played out. But it ain't the end, because of all the hurt that he's done so many people. It's going to be devastating. The results for him is going to be devastating. But ladies and gentlemen, I know I've been on here for quite some time. I know I've been all over the place in this video. But just know that what you believe to be reality when you're living with these type of people or involved in a marriage, it's not a reality. It's a fake relationship. You may feel the reality of it, but they don't care. They don't know how to care. They don't have feelings like that. Although they show all sorts of crazy emotional feelings when they want to show you out, when they want to put on a show for you, when they want to get your attention, they could drop tears at the drop of a dime. This person used to try to act like he was so sick that he always would run to the hospital and call me talking about, I'm in the hospital. And I'm like, and I'm not coming, because I knew it was trickery, trying to get a rise out of you. Anytime we would go to anything in the past, and I realized this person's playing games with me, because not only is he playing games by putting on a show and acting like he's sick, but in the meantime he's still asking questions. Can I come home? Can I come home to my family? You're not sick. Even his therapist was saying the same thing. You're just trying to find your way back into the house. That's it. Listen, get off that hamster wheel. It's going to be hard, but you're going to have to get off that hamster wheel. And the first thing that I did was deaden every avenue of contact that he could possibly do. Okay? No phone calls, no texts, no third-party contacts. That means I had to leave his family alone too. No communications with them even. Okay? Nothing. It's hard when you have a child with this person. Thank God that was not my destiny to have a child for him. Thank you, Jesus. But it's hard when you have family and you have to deal with them. But you guys, there's so many layers to this, that this is not the last video. I have so much more to expose about a narcissist, to make aware and expose who these people are, to open your eyes, because a lot of times we don't know what's going on. We just know our world is turned upside down and we don't know how to fix it. Because how do we get so far? We used to be so much in love and so much this, and you showed me this and that. How can we make that happen again? It ain't going to happen again. It ain't going to be the same way. Because narcissists don't know how to love. They just know how to mimic what they think is love, what they've seen on other people as love. They don't know what a loving relationship feels like. They just know how to control and dominate and dictate and bully. Okay? So, listen, you guys. There's so many things that I have to share with y'all. But for those of you who are just involved in just a regular relationship with them, even if you're living with them, you're going to have to find yourselves. You're going to have to get out of that situation. Because this is going to drain you so much to the point where it could kill you. And it could destroy who you are. Where people don't even recognize you anymore. They don't see that lively spirit, that spirit full of life, because it's been sucked out of you by that narcissist. I felt myself disappearing to the point where even my kids would look at me like, Ma, you're not the same anymore. Just to hear that disturbed me. I knew this person changed me, not for the better, but for the worse. He was like a demonic spirit that came in my home like a flood to destroy everything he could possibly destroy, because that's how they feed. They like that negative attention. They like that argumentative spirit. They like that. All right? So the less communications you have with a narcissist, the better and the faster you're going to heal. But you should also go to counseling, because of the damage that they leave behind in your spirit, in your mind. In order for you to live a healthy life for somebody else, you're going to have to work on your inner being, your spirit man, because they are only to destroy whomever they come in contact with. All right? So you guys, I thank you for joining me on this video again. Continue to share your stories. Continue to talk to me. I'm here for you. I didn't realize that so many of you are in this as well, are battling the same crap, the same devil, and you're at loss. If you haven't gotten out, you're still in it and you're looking for ways out, I want to also share down below some videos to look at. So many people are on YouTube trying to expose and to open your eyes to these type of people. But it's not until you meet them that you really need to start looking into these videos now. So I'm going to share some of these videos that helped me. Because like I said, I'm not an expert. But I'm an expert at what I've been through with that joker. I don't need a degree for that. I don't need to go to medical school for that. Okay? I don't have to be a doctor to see that for what it really is. And neither do you. So I'm going to share more of these videos with you guys, trying to expose as much of my reality so that I know you guys have been through this. Okay? And the healing is in getting out of that relationship, moving forward. All right? So again, like I said, be safe, you guys. Be safe. Because I'm going to talk to you in the next video about how to stay away, how to stay no contact. And also, some of you may need to get restraining orders. Because that's what I had to do. Stay tuned for the next video.